Good morning, everyone. Thought I would take you on a little field trip, obviously pre-recorded. I am down at Gibbside, which I have discovered, and I'm down near the river. It's a beautiful, beautiful day that I'm recording this on. And today I wanted to share with you some thoughts on the passage from the Methodist Handbook for today. If you hadn't noticed, many people have referenced the Romans bit that we've been going through. If you've been reading along, can get pretty deep when theologically it gets into lots of thoughts about why Jesus came and what that means for us. And in this particular passage, it talks not just about Jesus's actions for us, but Jesus's actions for all of creation. And this actually was the passage that inspired one of my favorite Wesley sermons. It's called what is it called? Oh, I've forgotten it now. But anyway, it's about the redemption of the new creation, the glorious new creation. It might be called something like that. In any case, and in this sermon that Wesley wrote many years ago, he basically thinks, what will the new creation, what will heaven look like? And he talks about it not just for humans, but for all of creation. We're talking animals, y'all. Wesley was one who definitely thought that there would be animals in the new creation. Heaven, as we would term it. If you ever wondered, did Wesley think that all dogs go to heaven? Yes, he did, which I have very much appreciated. But in this sermon, Wesley references this passage which speaks about all of creation longing for this redemption, all of creation groaning in its present state, waiting for creation to be redeemed, to be brought back to the fullness that we know that creation and all of us were made for back in the beginning. And in this sermon, Wesley talks about, the ways that we can see that creation is groaning. I think Kath the other day mentioned some of those ways when she was speaking about why we have Earth Day, for example, and it's, to remind us that creation is not perfect, even though it looks really nice here. It is not a perfect creation as we stand. Wesley, living way before climate change and all of these things were known to be a thing, although they probably started in that era, spoke about how the animals, for example, live in states of, having to destroy one another to survive. How that's not God's original plan, but that's the way that things are now, is that we live in a violent world, and that's just the way that you have to have it to make things work in the natural world anyway. Obviously humans supposedly know better. One might argue otherwise. But, my dog eats things she shouldn't eat because she thinks they're okay. So I'm watching her now, don't mind me. In any case, Wesley pointed out all the ways that creation was broken, in need of that redemption. Nowadays, we can certainly see how it's even more in need of it. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look over there. Like a nature documentary here. I see a little river. We've certainly seen the effect that humans have on this planet. Go anywhere that isn't a protected wildlife sort of area, and you're going to find trash all over the ground. You're going to find pollution. You're going to see people just not treating the earth well. And it just shows that creation is broken. But Wesley didn't stop there. Wesley said that God, in God's mercy, cares for creation, that creation is important to God, and that because of that, we can trust that God will make it right in the end, in the new creation. In the new creation, all created beings are going to have the same wonderful reward in some ways to make up for this difficult life. All of creation will be entitled to that justice and that mercy that God promises to each one of us. And that leads us to consider two things, I think, for today. One, that God cares. God cares very much about creation. They say that God cares about the sparrows, right? And always has, And so it's important for us to then care about each aspect of creation as well, because if God cares about it, then why should we not care about it? It's important for us to remember that if it's important to God, it should be important to us as well. And two, it just is that greater call to helping to bring in that new creation, that new kingdom now. We pray that God's kingdom will be present on earth as it is in heaven. We're all called to make the world of that new creation present for all creatures as much as we are for other humans. Well, maybe not as much, but it's as important for us to consider the role that we play in bringing about God's vision of new creation now in this present time, in this present world. It's not just a world we can throw away, which I think is what Christians have thought for a very long time, that it's here for our use and then we can just be done with it when we're done. But God cares about the world as it is now, and it's our job to try and make this world look and seem as God would have it be. And that means caring for the creatures around us, caring for the natural world around us, doing our little bit to bring this world to a better, more sustainable, brighter future for all beings who live on it. And so my challenge for you today, no one, I don't think anyone on this planet is living their best life for the planet, because as modern beings we have many habits that we could certainly work on to live better for the environment. So I want to challenge you to think of one thing you might do, if just for 1 week, or maybe as a life change that you can do to help the planet out in some way. Maybe it's through making a donation if you're up for that. Maybe it's through deciding to use less plastic in some way, or going on meatless Mondays, or reading articles about nature, or watching one of those amazing nature documentaries that's very prevalent right now. Find some way that you can support the wonderful work of God in this world, and can help creation thrive as it was meant to. Maybe it's even just going out for a beautiful nature walk and realizing why it matters that we keep things, that we bring things back to a beautiful place, that God would have them be. So it's my slightly rambling talk. I don't have any notes obviously today, but hopefully you get the gist and enjoy the surrounding beauty here. There you can see the little thing. I'll show you we're on the other side now. And I think you can just see the hall that away. Give you an idea of where I am if you've been down here. But, Echo is eating grass, so we're going to have to keep on. But take care, have a wonderful day, and enjoy the sunshine when it comes.